This is Soapbox Radio. Potting it out there with My Lime Boots. The Lifestyle Edit.
Hey guys, it's Ryan. It's a Thursday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock here in Joburg, or I actually think it's 4:05 if we're technically correct. And unfortunately, today's guest, who I was really looking forward to chatting to, Craig Zui, Zimbabwean stylist, Mr. Lifestyle, I've been calling him all week, is caught in Joburg traffic. We're trying to load him on Skype that we can Skype him in, but we're having some battles on that. So Koket's is going to keep trying while I chat to you. So you've got me all by myself for half an hour talking nonsense to you, as usual. If we get hold of him, we'll chat to Craig later in the show. Other than that, I thought maybe let's just chat to each other for a change without having anyone else involved. Tell me what's happening. Speak to me on Twitter, my Twitter account, My Lime Boots. Sorry if I'm not looking at you. I'm just trying to get this sorted. Or on Facebook, on one of my Facebook profiles, either Ryan Enslin or My Lime Boots blog, and ask questions you want to ask, and we can chat a bit to each other. What have you guys been up to? It is now beginning of November, so we've just gone through, Halloween. I don't know if you celebrate Halloween. Maybe you've got some Halloween stories you can tell us about what you got up to on Halloween. Is that something you celebrate? Is it relevant to celebrate Halloween in South Africa? There's something about South Africans I don't really understand, is that we seem to inherit and adopt these American holidays, festivals, things like that, and Halloween is one of them. Another one of them is Black Friday, which seems to become a regular thing here in South Africa over the last couple of years, where everything is discounted to these crazy prices. Why do we do that? Why do we feel the need as South Africans to imitate and to do what the Americans do? Why don't we come up with our own version of Black Friday? I mean, do we see a need for something like Black Friday? And if so, then why don't we call it something else? Surely we have amazing creativity in this country. I don't understand that. So, maybe you've got some thoughts on that one. What have you been up to this week? I've just got back this afternoon from Sun City. I was up there with the guys from Sun International. Today starts the Nedbank Golf Challenge. Used to be the $1 Million Golf, but the Nedbank Golf Challenge started today. Yesterday was practice rounds for the guys, so a lot of amateurs, pro-ams floating around playing golf. It was a cracker of a day yesterday. It was so hot, I think I nearly melted away, which is not a bad idea. I felt sorry for those guys walking around the golf course in that heat. I was there with my friend Liz Ferret. You'll recall the Fragrance Queen. She was on the show a couple of months ago when we spoke about fragrance. She's my fragrance partner in crime, really. And she... her and I went and were part of what was called Style Affair. So for the partners of the golfers, yesterday they had a day of treats and indulgence. So Liz and I spoke fragrance to them. People from the nail companies, Morgan Taylor doing nails for the ladies, guys from the makeup from Yves Saint Laurent and Urban Decay. Met some awesome people from Urban Decay who we spent some time with while we were up in Sun City. Went there on Tuesday. Some doctor putting drips into people's with vitamins and things like that, and I saw they really were squeezing those drip bags out to make sure the last drop of every vitamin was put into people that came. Great day we had yesterday. I mean, I just love speaking about fragrance, one of the things that I really enjoy. So to get to sit with people and to discuss fragrance and to educate them with the little bit of fragrance knowledge that I have, I thought was absolutely wonderful. We had great times. People got to understand a little bit more about why they chose what they chose. And we had an absolute kicker of a time yesterday. I did some great video, which I've got to start editing over the weekend to get up for you, although I'll get something up tomorrow so you can have a look and see what we got up to there. Did a bit of a road trip up on the way to Sun City on Tuesday with Liz. We were driving a Ford Everest, and we had a really, really awesome time. Great time just spending some time in Sun City. When last were you in Sun City? Is Sun City still a place that people go to? Back in the day, it was quite the spot. It was quite the place to go and place to be. These days, one wonders. But I really enjoyed my time there. Great space to be. Lovely manicured gardens. Was very, very hot, as I said. But just in a great space to be. Great to be out of Joburg. It's actually not that far from Joburg. If you stay sort of Randburg side of town, 2 hours from Joburg, and you're there. Great road. Nice just to get out of town a bit and have just a different space to be in. I see the gambling. One thing I did note was that a lot of the gambling machines, I think the number of gambling machines had been reduced probably by half. They'd converted that entertainment center that used to have the that led to the Valley of the Waves, they used to have all those gambling machines in the middle there. That's all gone now. It's like a mall now. So it tells me people are not really into gambling. And I was asking Liz when we were there over the last few days, I said, do people actually gamble? I'm not sure if young people these days, young middle-aged people, actually gamble anymore. I know I'm not a huge gambling fan. I think I work way too hard for my money to stick it in some machine and make somebody else rich. I don't know. Just when I walk past the casino and I see the people there, I see mainly people who are older. And I don't know, maybe looking for something that I am not looking for. Maybe you enjoy gambling and want to share that with me. Let me know. When we come back, we're going to carry on chatting. Hopefully you guys will send some questions through. We can chat about that. Let me know what you think. And I've got something interesting. If you're keen to go to Durban with me next week, you need to be listening. We've got something going on with Mango next week.
This is Soapbox Radio. Potting it out there with My Lime Boots. The Lifestyle Edit. Share your thoughts and be part of the show now. Send a message on Twitter or Facebook at My Lime Boots. Find My Lime Boots on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at My Lime Boots, and on YouTube at My Lime Boots Live.
So, as I'm saying today, unfortunately, my guest was waylaid by Joburg traffic. I think Joburg traffic's actually getting worse, to be honest. I know you can hardly move around the city these days, and if you start moving after 3 o'clock in the afternoon to get somewhere else, it really becomes a bit of a pain. So, unfortunately, today's guest, Craig Zooey, who I really want to talk to, and I think we'll find another time to chat to Craig because he's an awesome guy and does amazing things. I don't know if you ever see him on Instagram. If you check out his Instagram profile, and I'll post all his contact details a bit later. He is Craig Zooey, Zoowie. You'll see the man has the most immaculate style, and he does styling. He's a style coach, plus he also is a event planner and working out of Zimbabwe. So for me, it was interesting to chat to him and just find out what's happening in Zimbabwe, and that's really what I wanted to get to today, or part of what I wanted to get to today, is chat to him and find out what's happening in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, is there a market for people looking for luxury? Because he works in the luxury space, which is a space that I quite enjoy myself. Thanks. Federica has come and said, cool shirt. Thanks, Fed. One of my favorites. I've actually got to hold myself back from wearing it a little bit too often. But this is a Carducci shirt that I bought. And as in most things in fashion things, I think come back a bit. So I'm feeling summery today. So I think there's like daisies and things on this shirt, and I think there's a rose and a carnation, but I think carnations are death or funeral flowers, so maybe we won't mention that today. Thanks, Federico. Remember, we spoke to Federico a couple of weeks ago from Indahash, the great platform that helps guys who are in the social space like myself and want to earn money off their social space and their social abilities and their photography. Indahash, we're going to have him on soon. I've agreed a series. I think every 6 weeks we're going to be chatting to Fed around Indahash and how you can make money on social media with Indahash. So I look forward to taking up, and he's going to be joining us, I say, every 6 weeks, giving insights. What should you be doing as an influencer? If you want to enter that influencer space, how do you go about doing that? And what are the guys looking for? Great platform. I've been using them lately and had some great success with them. So I'll look out for when I chat to Federico again shortly. Any thoughts on Sun City? Sun City's really right in the middle of my mind at the moment. Really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the gardens. Funny, I posted a picture when I was up there walking around the gardens, and somebody had mentioned they'd seen a lot of snakes there. So I didn't walk around the gardens too much after that, because I think if I see a snake, I'm going to pass out. Snakes and I are certainly not friends. And then a little bit later, after that, a friend of mine, Neil, sent me a video of a snake crawling into a backpack, and I looked at that for about 2 seconds and turned it off, and I think he got a bit upset with me because I never responded to him on that. But snakes and me are just not friends. So unfortunately, we're struggling to get hold of Craig. Can't find him on the Skype, unfortunately. But Craig works in the luxury space. So Craig does event planning for corporates and individuals, and has an amazing sense of style. He's a style coach. He's an image coach. Give me 1 second. Is he there? Have we got Craig?
Hi.
Is that Craig?
Hi, how are you doing?
Well, and you, Craig?
I'm good, thanks. So sorry, man, about the delay.
No, not a problem. I was just telling the audience that you're a victim of Joburg traffic.
Oh,
and we were talking about how
hey?
bad the traffic is in Joburg. But I'm so glad you're here, because I was so cool and so looking forward to chatting to you. How are you doing this afternoon, Craig?
I'm great, thank you. And how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Let me give the audience a bit of an insight into Craig. Let me just check one thing. Are we getting Craig through? Okay. There we go. So let me talk to you about Craig. Craig is based in Zimbabwe and designs bespoke high-end lifestyle events for both corporate and individual clients in collaboration with event management firm VIP Hosting. One look at Craig's highly curated Instagram feed and you will note his attention to detail and knack for creativity has become his signature. Craig has won the coveted Style Icon Award 2 years running and was named Zimbabwe Stylist of the Year in 2015. He is the fashion editor of Zimbabwe's leading men's magazine, The Men's Journal, and a leading voice on all things fashion and the luxury lifestyle. A highly sought-after style advisor, Craig recently collaborated with TZM Fashion House to produce the bespoke Craig Zui collection, which was showcased at Windhoek Fashion Week in 2016. Craig, have I summed you up correctly?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, you've done your homework.
There we go. Craig, tell us what brings you to South Africa?
Well, I decided to take a bit of a break from my everyday work schedule and, just to find out what's trending in South Africa firsthand instead of using social media, really, and to meet a couple of interesting people like yourself and other creatives as well who are doing amazing things here.
Yeah. And what have you found on your travels and your trips around South Africa?
Very diverse culture. Always on trend as well, so it's opened up my eyes, and I'm getting ready for 2018 as well, so It's been pretty amazing.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad it's been a productive time. As I mentioned in my intro, you were voted Style Icon 2 years running now. What is a Style Icon and how do you, Craig, personalize your... Can you hear me? You got me there, Craig?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I said, as I mentioned in my introduction, you were voted Style Icon 2 years running. I'm asking, what is a style icon and how do you as Craig personalize your style so as not to be a well-dressed mannequin in line only with the latest trends?
Okay. Well, I believe everyone has fashion and style is what you do with fashion.
Sure.
So now being termed a style icon for me, it's a very humbling title to say, but I always say everyone style. It's how you put it across to other people and how it inspires the next person.
Sure.
It's not literally just about fashion, but generally your lifestyle, your career, how your career affects and affects the community around you or beyond. And then when it comes to how you put yourself across other people, if someone wakes up and says, okay, I think I want to be a radio DJ. Should I follow a radio DJ? Should I follow TV presenting? Should I follow someone who's in that industry to see how they've done it, to see how they're growing in it?
Yeah.
And that inspiration then begins to sort of crown a person as a trendsetter with regards to how they live their life and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, really, it is just a title. But how I influence the next person is what matters. Yeah. It's not popularity, really. It's more of an influence type of...
Sure. A great platform, I would imagine, Craig.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So, Craig, as a stylist, how do you guide your clients with regard to style and trends? Where does Craig end and where does the client start?
Okay, so when I meet my client, I generally want to know who they are and what they do because you want to combine... comfort with the functionality.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't want to put somebody in white all day and then their career is going the other way. So I want to find out what their career goal is, what they do. Are they a student? Are they in the banking sector? Are they a lawyer? Are they in the fashion industry? Because some fashion people in the fashion industry do need stylists as well. So it all depends now with all that and what they're comfortable in. Obviously starts with how something fits. Everyone needs tailored clothing. That's where we start. And then we can move on to the basics and move on to patterns, colors, and what a person really is comfortable in and what they can function in on a daily. Yeah.
Okay. You produced a bespoke range called the Craig Zui collection in collaboration with TZM in Zimbabwe, which was shown in Windhoek Fashion Week in 2016. How did this collaboration come about, Craig?
Okay, so Tembani is an old friend of mine who's been creating amazing pieces, and I used to see his work via social media when he was still based in South Africa. So when he came down to Zim, I met up with him, and then we had a coffee, and he actually joked about, producing something that we could then pass on to the next person who wants to dress like Craig.
Sure.
At first, I really took it as a joke, and then, he made a couple of pieces for me, and then, we took it from there, and then we sat down and started doing sketches, look for fabric. I would help then with the styling in terms of the cut, the buttons, the style of the blazers and the suits. And then that's how we grew. And then we did a photo shoot. It looked amazing, and we were all excited. And then we put it out there on social media. And then, people really, really welcomed it well and started putting in orders. And then we'd meet with clients. So what happens is I'm more on the styling a part of it. And then Tembani, who's the creative director for TZM Fashion House, will do the design and the production of the collection. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, hang around. When we come back, we're going to chat to Craig a little bit more. I want to find out about his inspiration, what inspired him for this collection. But hang around. We're coming back now.
You're tuned in to Soapbox Radio. Podding it out there with My Line Boots. Share your thoughts and be part of the show now. Send a message on Twitter or Facebook at My Line Boots. Find My Line Boots on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at My Line Boots, and on YouTube at My Line Boots Live.
I'm chatting this afternoon via Skype with Craig Zui, Zimbabwean luxury fashion, lifestyle, trend analyst, fashionista, and we're talking about his latest collection with TZM. Craig, tell us what inspired you? Where did you find your inspiration for this collection?
Okay, so you'd find when I was growing up, I always wanted to look good, but could not afford it. So we decided, let's give the young market something they can afford. Somebody who's starting out on their job, somebody who just finished at high school or varsity, something that they can afford, something that's not very high end, but also something bespoke and fitting. Yeah.
Okay, and is the collection still available today, Craig? Is it still selling? Do you still sell?
Definitely, we're still selling. We recently started our bespoke luxury groom collection. So for the groom who wants something a bit more flamboyant, something a bit extra, we're definitely catering to those as well. Yeah.
Okay. So Craig, in addition to your fashion ventures, you are also the fashion editor of the Men's Journal. Are you a passionate writer and styler of fashion?
Definitely. Style drives what I do on a daily, from eventing to everything really that I do. So it's more of a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not a job, but generally it's my life.
Yeah. That Men's Journal must give you a great platform in your chosen field, which is luxury lifestyle, in all its aspects. How do you use this platform to communicate a responsible story towards fashion that remains true to Craig?
So you find that with the Men's Journal, it's more of a platform for, like I said before, your young executive, rather, who wants to look up to somebody relatable. We all look at social media and see all these moguls who've made billions and millions. But then we want somebody we are able to relate to, somebody we can talk to, somebody we can meet on the street and find out their story. Somebody who's not, it's good to look at somebody driving a Lamborghini and be inspired to drive a Lamborghini. But it's always somebody who's more relatable, who will make sense to each person, really.
Yeah. Do you see yourself maybe starting a publication like this of yourself one day?
I don't think so.
Lots of work, eh?
It's a lot of work, and already I've literally stretched myself. A bit. So for now, I think I'll just handle the collaborations that I have and then see where that takes me. Yeah.
Okay, great. Guys, when we come back, we're going to chat to Craig about his event planning. Hang around. We're coming with you. And if you're interested in a trip with me next week to Durban, you want to be listening after the break as well. We'll be back with you now.
This is Soapbox Radio. Podding it out there with My Line Boots. The Lifestyle Edit. Share your thoughts and be part of the show now. Send a message on Twitter or Facebook at My Line Boots. Find My Line Boots on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at My Line Boots, and on YouTube at My Line Boots Live.
I'm back this afternoon chatting to Craig Zui via Skype, a Zimbabwean stylist and event planner. Craig, event planning, or as you have come to term it, lifestyle events, must be a very challenging space to work in, often dealing with people on very special occasions who are possibly at the height of anxiousness. What is a lifestyle event, and how do you deal with your clients in this process?
Okay, so a client will come through, and then we always want to understand the brief. We want to understand who the client is, what they're about, so that we sort of produce an event bespoke to them in terms of characteristics, their budget, which is very important.
Sure.
And also, obviously, when you come to us, you want something quite luxurious. So we want to push that through with your event. And also, we want your guests to walk into your event and be wowed and really be an experience for you, not just an event where if it's a dinner we just had food, but then it needs to be a total experience for them.
Sure. Okay, so Craig, you do this full time. What would your message of hope be to a young person, or any person really listening, not particularly young, who would like to work in the space that you do, the fashion, the eventing, that sort of thing, but they're not sure how to get there? What advice would you have for them, Craig?
Okay, definitely. First of all, it's attention to detail. You need to understand and appreciate everything around you. Anything, like literally be inspired by anything around you. You know, if you look at a tree, think about that tree at an event. If you look at a car, think of a car launch, think of how you'd want it. If you attend an event, think of how much better or what sort of experience you would want for that event. So it's all about attention to detail and also understanding what you want. Staying in your lane, owning your lane, working hard for it, but also patience pays with anything that anyone does. Yeah.
Okay. Craig, I think you live an extraordinary lifestyle. I mean, we get to see what you do on Instagram and on social media all the time. What has life taught you? What has life taught Craig in this journey so far?
Life has taught me to be patient, that good things always come. Work hard for your good things that you want, whether it's a luxurious lifestyle or whatever it is that you want. Patience really is everything, and working hard.
Wonderful. Great story there, Craig. Thank you very much. Tell me, lastly, if the listeners want to get hold of you, where can they find you? Where can they find Craig Zui?
Okay, so they can find me. I'm very much active on my Instagram, which is @CraigZui. They can contact me off my website, which is www.craigzui.com. They can find me on Facebook, Craig Zui. Some have my direct number.
Okay. Hopefully they'll phone too.
They'll definitely give calls.
Wonderful. If you guys have a look at my Instagram, if you look at my Twitter or my Facebook account, you'll see I've just posted all of Craig's contact details, so you can get in touch or just get some inspiration. I know I do when I look at what Craig is wearing and I see the wonderful things he puts together. Craig, it's been an absolute joy to chat to you this afternoon.
Thank you very much for having me, man.
So I'm glad we could finally resolve to get you in, even if it's via Skype, and share some of the greatness. Thank you to Koketso who managed to make a plan for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And everything. I know you're traveling back to Zimbabwe this evening. Safe travels, and hope to see you again when you're back in Joburg, Craig.
Thank you very much, Ryan. It's been a pleasure.
Wonderful. Guys, that was Soapbox Radio for today. Like I've been telling you, I've got a great campaign coming up, which we will launch tomorrow with Mango. So if you've never flown in an aeroplane before, then I want to talk to you. So watch tomorrow on my Twitter and Facebook, and have a look and see if you've never been in an aeroplane, then I need to hear why you would want to be in an aeroplane. We're planning a trip to Durban next Wednesday. We'll go flying in the morning, cruise around Durban a bit, have some lunch, cruise around a little bit more, and fly back to Joburg. So you need to be Joburg based, but watch out tomorrow on Twitter and Facebook. I'll be putting up the post, and if you've never traveled on a plane before, you need to enter that giveaway. We will be determining the winner on Monday morning, so you've got from tomorrow all through the weekend to let me know why you should be the one to come join me with Mango as we celebrate a very special occasion for Mango. It's their birthday next Wednesday. I want you to come join me. So put your mind to it. Tell me why you should be the one to come and experience your first flight on a mango flight. Come and join with me. See what you need to do tomorrow. I'll have it all up and respond and share the tweets so that you can get as many entries as possible. I'm looking for some awesome people to come and only one person, unfortunately, to come spend some time with me in Durban. That's what we'll be doing next week, Wednesday. So have a look on Facebook and Twitter. Guys, that was Soapbox Radio. Looking forward to chatting you again next week. And I'm out of here.
You've been listening to Soapbox Radio, potting it out there with My Lime Boots. Find My Lime Boots on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. At My Lime Boots, and on YouTube. At My Lime Boots Live.